Hello. Welcome to this video. We are going to be saving you some time today when it comes to formatting. This is just a little really quick video demonstrating something that you probably won't find in any books. There's probably not that many videos made about stuff like this, but it is purely just time saving, good nuggets of information to have. And it's about formatting. So we are in Tableau Desktop, and I have a very simple visual here. And what I want to demonstrate to you is how there is a difference between dragging a field on top of an existing field in your visual to replace it, and clicking in to the field and replacing what a certain pill is referencing. So I don't want to talk about it, I want to show it to you. So let's say I have this sheet and I want to color by a metric here. So let's just go ahead and do that. Let's drag one of these metrics over here up into color. And let's say that this type of visual is something that I might want to display in a dashboard as like multiple different widgets where this price data might be colored by different metrics, or maybe you have different indicators in your dashboard that are like up or down arrows, and you want those up or down arrows to be driven by different metrics. So like maybe one could be profit, so you're getting like a different color on your arrow if something's a certain level of profitability, or maybe a certain level of like average transaction value for your shop or something like that, or any other kind of KPI that would give you an up or down indication. So what we're going to do is hop over here into color, and we're going to say, okay, well, we probably want to change this to be, an up or down kind of indication. Means we have, one color or another, and maybe we want those colors to always be within this range. In this case, I'm between 0 and 1 always. So let's set a center point of 0.5, and maybe we even want to adjust these colors a bit. So just to set the stage here, let's make this orange a little bit brighter. Let's make this blue a little bit brighter, and we can click OK. So at this point, we've gone through the motions of formatting the color the way we want for this metric. And if we were to duplicate our sheet, let's say, so we don't mess up what we already have, and you wanted to have this same coloring apply to some other metric, what you might do is you might say, okay, now I want to color by this one instead. And you drag this field over on top of the one that's already giving you color, and you plop it in place. Now, the thing that's going to be the time vampire for you here is that, oh, whoops, our color formatting all went away. Now, you can avoid this. You don't have to come back in here and do this whole song and dance and guess at, which orange did I have, which blue did I have, oops, I have to do this all over again, and all of a sudden you've wasted 30 minutes of your day. Instead, you could just double click into the original field that you had here when you duplicate your sheet, and you could say, I want to reference the other field in here. And when we do that, you'll notice that the formatting doesn't reset. We are now coloring by this different thing. Just to prove that to you, we go back to the original sheet. We can see that this one is a 10N, and this one is 20N. And so you could keep doing this. You could say, oh yeah, I want the same widget in my dashboard to appear somewhere else, but I want this other one to be colored by some other field entirely. So just to show you how fast that is, we duplicate our sheet. Let's just color by some other random metric. And instead of dragging it into place, we're going to say, yeah, give me this slope maybe this time. Let's color by this slope metric. And sure enough, now we have, that same sheet, but colored by different things. Okay, so the whole point there is not that this visual is super compelling. It's that you don't have to spend time reformatting your colors every time that you want to replace, the metric that's giving you that color indication. Now, just to drive that point home a little bit further, this doesn't just apply to colors. This applies to anything where you have your pill playing a role in here. Pill being, one of these boxes, one of these kind of cylinders that's holding information about a field. You could think of as like when you're formatting your worksheet, a lot of times you're formatting the thing that this pill represents. And that formatting isn't necessarily related to the field itself that's populating that pill. It's kind of a formatting specific to the role that this thing is playing in your sheet. And that's the same in like if we were looking at the tooltip, for example. Like in this sheet, the thing that's giving us information in this tooltip about this price. So down there on the second line, we can see this is formatted as a currency, and that's something that was custom formatted in this view. So it's not that this field itself is formatted this way. We actually formatted it manually in this sheet so that when it's in this sheet, it appears like this. Now, the problem is if you were to duplicate this sheet and you said, okay, I want the same thing, but I want this metric that's giving me this dollar amount to be something else. Like let's just drag and drop close in place here. Well, now you lose that formatting because you overwrote, we kind of barbarically dragged and dropped a new field in this place. And so it took an entirely new pill and plopped it in there. But instead, what we could do is just like with the color formatting example, if we want to preserve that formatting that's already associated with this pill, we could just double click in here and we could say, I want this pill to be preserved, but I want the actual field that's being referenced in here to be different. And then sure enough, we can see we preserved that formatting that was already in place. And now it's just pointing to a different field to populate, you know, the numbers, the details that pill wraps. Hopefully this is something that's going to help some of you out there. I've found this to be very helpful, and I used to go through and manually format everything. And when I would replace, you know, the different colors, you know, for my KPI indicators and my dashboards and such, I would have to go in and I'd have to say, you know, maybe I land on an orange that's similar to the one I just formatted, but it's not exactly the same. You know, this little trick will make it to where every component that you duplicate and then want to use a different field to color, it has the exact same properties, except it's just pointing to a different metric in your data pane. So again, hope that helps somebody out there, and we'll be back with more tips in the future. So hope to see you next time.